Back in February, Michael Jordan stood in front of his race team at a private meeting. He looked at his business partner, Denny Hamlin, and said one short thing that hit very hard. Now, 5 months later, that one little speech has turned into the loudest story in NASCAR. Here is what Jordan told the room at 23XI Racing during their off-season meeting. Hamlin shared the exact words right after his big win at Pocono on Sunday. "I'll never forget Michael when he addressed 23XI in the off-season," he says. "What I'm interested to see is what does Denny do," he said. "After what happened in Phoenix, you either pick yourself up and you respond or you fold. We'll find out." Then Hamlin smiled and gave the line everyone is now repeating. He's finding out. To get why this matters, you need to know what Hamlin had just gone through. The last few months of 2025 were brutal for him. First, he lost the championship race at Phoenix in November on a late caution and a tough pit call. That was the biggest pain of his career. Then in December, a house fire injured his mother and took the life of his father, who was already very sick. On top of that, his race team 23XI was in the middle of a tough legal fight against NASCAR. Even with all that weight on his shoulders, Hamlin showed up at Bowman Gray Stadium in early February to start his 21st full season in the Cup Series. That is when Jordan delivered those words. Hamlin says he felt it as a real test. "Well, I mean, when it happened, I'm fresh off of a lot of shit going bad, right?" Hamlin said. "I'm showing up at the team meeting. We're there to give our motivational speech to 23XI on the season, defining what your expectations are as owners, challenge our guys to get better." Jordan also reminded Hamlin that he had been through hard times too. Jordan lost a parent. Jordan failed before he started winning his rings. Then he bounced back. Hamlin took it all in and saw it as a clear challenge to his own pride. So, how is Hamlin responding? In a way, nobody saw coming. At 45 years old, Hamlin is the oldest driver in the Cup Series field. But right now, he is driving better than he ever has in his 20-year career. He just won at Pocono Raceway. That was his 4th official win in a row, after Las Vegas, Nashville, and Michigan. He also won the All-Star race at Dover back in May, but that one is an exhibition event and does not count toward his official win total. Counting only points-paying races, Hamlin has 4 wins on the 2026 season. And get this, he won all 4 of those recent points races from the pole position. After he beat Tyler Reddick at Pocono, he was already thinking about what could have been. "I'm just thinking, holy crap, man, we're 3 seconds away from having 5 in a row with Charlotte with the rain," Hamlin said in his press conference. The rain ended the Coca-Cola 600 right before he could make a winning pass on Daniel Suarez. He also finished second to Chase Elliott at Texas earlier in the spring, so this run could have been even bigger. His numbers this season are wild. No driver in NASCAR has led more laps than Hamlin, who has been out front for 824 laps. He has finished in the top 3 in 5 of his last 6 races. He has not finished worse than 16th since the Daytona 500 way back at the start of the year. Through the first 16 races, only Reddick has more top 5s and top 10s. This run has also crushed Reddick's points lead. 4 races into the season, Hamlin was 11th in the standings and 118 points behind. After Watkins Glen in May, Reddick was still up by 129 points. Now, just 19 points separate them with 9 races left in the regular season. Reddick has only 1 DNF all year. So the gap closing this fast really says something. The points matter because of how the playoffs work. When the playoffs start, all 16 playoff drivers reset to a base of 2,000 points. The regular season champion gets a bonus of 15 playoff points on top of that, so they start with 2,015. Second place gets a bonus of 10 and starts with 2,010. Race wins and stage wins during the regular season also earn extra playoff points that carry over, so every win matters, not just for the trophy, but for the cushion later. But here is the twist. Hamlin says he does not care about the points anymore. As he crossed the finish line at Pocono, his crew chief Chris Gale told him they were within 20 points of Reddick. Hamlin shot right back that winning is all that matters. He stuck with that idea in his press conference. "I'm just at this point in my career trying to stack as many wins as possible," Hamlin said. "Points, whatever. Wherever we finish in the championship, whatever. To me, it's like wins, wins, wins. What is your win percentage? That's what I really am trying to continue on a run. He even hinted he could be sweeping the whole season. Yeah, we won 4, but man, we could easily have a lot right now, Hamlin said. So, I don't know. I don't think I've had a year where it's been this wild and crazy being able to execute. That has been the biggest difference. The last month, compared to earlier in the season, the speed is no different. It's just that the execution is better. Here is the funny part. Some fans are getting tired of all this Hamlin winning. The boos at the track are loud. Social media is full of haters. He hosts a podcast called Actions Detrimental, where he likes to say that talking trash is his superpower. But this year, he is not even talking that much trash. He is just winning races. And he loves the hate that comes with it. I think just like everything else, if it's the boos or it's trolls on social media, that's fuel for me, Hamlin said. They don't know, they're just fueling me. If you're rooting against me, you're not doing it the right way. His Joe Gibbs Racing co-owner Heather Gibbs sees the same thing. She said Hamlin is the most professional person you can find. I can tell you with Denny and everything they went through off-season, he's a consummate professional, she said. I think for many of us that go through a lot of tough times, being at the racetrack is our home. That's where we find the most peace and want to be back at the track. That's normal to him. I think he wanted to be back. He had records to break. He had something to prove. He's doing it now. She even joked that the team is now trying to figure out how to keep him racing longer, since he is planning to retire at the end of next season. The road ahead might be tricky, though. NASCAR now heads to Naval Base Coronado for a brand new street race. It is a 16-turn, 3.4-mile track with very little room for mistakes. The favorite is Shane Van Gisbergen, who shocked everyone by winning his NASCAR debut on the Chicago street course 3 years ago. After that comes Sonoma, another road course. Hamlin himself admits Reddick is the better road racer. Reddick knows the battle is far from over. There's a lot of tracks coming up where we're both going to be very strong at. It's just going to be a matter of who puts together the better weekend, really, to close the thing out, Reddick said after his second-place finish at Pocono. There was other big news from Pocono, too. Christopher Bell was leading until 5 laps to go. He tried to stretch his fuel, and Hamlin caught him. Bell ran out of gas on the white flag lap and finished 26th. He was also racing with a broken left wrist from his crash at Michigan the week before. Brad Keselowski had another rough day, his 3rd wreck in 3 weeks, and he is now outside the playoff cutoff. But the biggest story is still Hamlin and that Jordan speech. Jordan asked one simple question: would Denny pick himself up or fold? Hamlin is answering it loud and clear, week after week. The fuel from his pain, the trolls, and the boos has all turned into wins. As Hamlin put it best, Michael Jordan is finding out, and so are we.